welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title, I'm coming to you now with I think it's day 7. I'm sorry guys, I am behind. Christmas holiday, running around, I've been super busy for the past week, so that's why you haven't seen a post. But as I promised, we are finishing all 12 days and I am coming to execute. But before we dive in, let me get my wine. We have reached 1K subscribers, guys. Oh my gosh. Sorry. Listen. I don't think y'all understand. I have been manifesting this for the longest. Like, I really started posting on YouTube last year towards the end of the year, but I started to really try to be consistent with it this year. And I can't believe that we've reached that number. Like, I'm still shocked. Like, I keep checking every day to see if it's actually real. It's like, oh my God, pinch me. So yeah, but I'm so grateful. And if you guys have been with me from the beginning, then you know, especially this year has been a rough year for me, like divorce and all these other things that I've been dealing with. And this is just confirmation that I'm on the right track. I'm doing the right things, because I'm human. We're all human. Sometimes we doubt ourselves. Sometimes we question ourselves, like, are we doing the right thing? And that was confirmation. Like, when I clicked on one of my videos today and I saw that ad play at the beginning, I got so freaking excited. Like, I was jumping for joy. And honestly, it's surreal, and it's only up from here. So thank you to all 1,000 plus of you. I will be doing a giveaway very, very soon. I'm still trying to figure out what I want to do for the giveaway. So if you guys have any ideas, if you want to help me out, you guys are supporting me, leave it in the comment section down below. I'll definitely take any of your suggestions into consideration. But I don't know, I just thank you. Thank you. I can say thank you a million times more, but this video will turn to a super long video. But thank you so much. Like, I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for commenting. Thank you for liking. Thank you for sharing. All the Jamaican was about to come out of me, but thank you. So, cheers with me. Cheers. And we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just jump right into today's video. Again, I don't want it to get too long, but I just had to show y'all some love. So let's go ahead and we're gonna dive in. So now that you've seen the list of ingredients and tools that we'll be using in today's video, if you have not figured it out yet, we will be making an exfoliating walnut and poppy seed facial scrub, and we're also going to have a serum to complement the scrub as well. If you know me, then you know I love a good duo, especially when it comes to self-care routines. I love a good product combination, especially when it comes to exfoliating. Like, exfoliating on a regular basis at least 2 to 3 times a week, I don't think you guys understand how much of a difference it makes on your skin overall. So if you watched my self-care videos in the past, you know that I am a exfoliating queen. I'm always using my glow scrub, my skin defense serum, my yummy yoni oils. I always have to make sure I keep up with my skin, because I do have sensitive skin. I also have eczema, so I always have to make sure that I keep up with my routine to keep my skin looking healthy at all times. Factor in as well, we are in the winter season, and the winter seasons, if you have any skin conditions, that's when we tend to have those flare-ups. So you want to use products that's going to keep that moisture and that hydration in your skin, which is why this is the perfect product for the perfect. Honestly, you can use this year-round, but I think especially for the winter season, and especially in those states that it gets super cold, like in Florida, it's been getting cold as well. This product is great because, like I said, moisture, hydration, and as long as you're putting quality products in your skin is gonna look healthy all year round. So we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna dive into putting all of our ingredients together. Again, all of the ingredients and tools that I use in today's video will be linked in the description of my Amazon storefront, and the detailed recipe, you'll see that pop up. The formula that I'm following, I will also include on the screen. And as usual, if you have any questions, comments, anything, leave it in the description. If you want to DM me on Instagram, that's perfectly fine as well. And I will give you more details about the finished product at the end of the video as usual. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to dive right in. We are kickstarting this process off by melting down our hard butters. In this case, we will be using shea butter, as you saw earlier. This recipe also calls for white beeswax, but I liked the consistency with just the shea butter. It had more of like a softer, more pureed feel to it. Now, you know your standard walnut scrub, like your St. Ives, it kind of, when it comes out, it has this more so thicker feel to it, and once it's activated with your hands, it starts to get smoother and it melts down from the heat of your hands rubbing together and it, going on your skin, your face. You can go ahead and add that white beeswax if you want to have that consistency to it, but I decided that I liked the softer texture much, much better. So as you can see here, I'm measuring it out. Now, if you're making this to sell, even though I had on gloves, I do not recommend using your hand to scoop out the excess. Don't follow what I'm doing. I'm not selling this obviously, but I recommend using a better scooping tool, especially if you are going to sell this, only because I have on nails. The glove could have popped. Anything could have happened. You don't want to have your hands in products that you're going to sell. Yes, we clean our hands. Of course, I clean my hands. I still spray some alcohol on my hands before I put on my gloves. But me, I'm very big on practicing, all those things when I'm making products to sell to customers, because this is going on their skin. Anything could be in your fingers that could contaminate the product. So keep that in mind if you are making this to sell, to just be cautious. Again, these products are just for my own fun. So that's why I'm handling it the way I'm handling it. But if you're making this to sell, I put a big emphasis on being mindful about how you're creating your products and also your environment, making sure everything is sanitized and clean. We have whipped out the kitchen scale and we are going to go ahead and measure out our carrier oils. We are kickstarting it off with some castor oil. That's what's called for in this recipe. Again, the detailed recipe that I use will be linked at the end of the video and in the description. I like to always, when it comes to measuring out carrier oils, use my scale because sometimes when you put a little too much of something, it could throw off your formula, it could throw off the texture of the product. So I always like to be very particular when measuring it out. The formula that I am linking is just if you want to make a small amount, which is a little over 5 ounces. Now, if you want to make a bigger batch of this recipe, then obviously you would have to do the calculation of that. Now, if you want me to do a separate video on that, I can. Just let me know in the comment section and I'll happily explain how you would calculate the formula if you want to make a bigger batch and show you guys how that's done. As you can see, we just added our hemp seed oil and then we're going to go in with some jojoba oil, and those will be the only 3 oils that we will be using for this formula. You could also use safflower oil as well if you like, if you're not able to get your hands on that, because I did want to incorporate that in this recipe, then that's fine, you can omit it. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to find it. It was hard to find everywhere. Usually I have an easy time finding safflower oil, but this time around I was not able to find it. So it's optional. You don't have to add it. The product still came out great, but if you are able to get your hands on it, definitely add it in. So now that we've finished with measuring out our carrier oils, we have our shea butter on the double boiler melting down. I also recommend, if you have a pot, like a wax pot, like what I would use for my candle, you can get one separately for your shea butters. That's an easier way to have some shea butters melted down, ready to go for you as well. I think that's something that I plan on doing once I reopen in February, because it'll make life so much easier. So I'm gonna also link the double boiler as well in the description if you're interested in getting one for yourself. Now that our shea butter has melted down, what we're gonna go ahead and do is we're going to incorporate the shea butter with our carrier oils and just mix them all together, get them all incorporated and making them one pretty much. And I have my powders and herbs that I will be using as well. So we have our green French clay, and we also have our walnut shell powder along with the essential oil, which is the lavender. I just thought that would be perfect, especially when you're using this to exfoliate the skin and the face. Lavender is very calming for the skin. So obviously, if exfoliating, it can be abrasive if you're not doing it right, for one, and if you're doing it too much. You know, it's recommended to exfoliate at least 1 to 2 times a week, 3 max. But I usually keep it between the 1 to 2 times a week. So I wanted to add that calming effect to the scrub. Now, some people are sensitive to essential oils, so if you want to leave the essential oils out and just keep it more on the more earthier side when it comes to the herbs and the oils, you can do that as well. I whipped out the mixer for this project because I wanted it to have a whipped texture. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is pour in all of the oils now that they've been incorporated with the essential oils. And then I'm going to also add all of our herbs that I've measured out as well. The French green clay I actually found, and I was like, I really wanted to play around with it. It's different. I don't really see anyone using products with it. When I did my research on it, I really loved a lot of the benefits that this clay offered. I am also a big fan of using the walnut shell powder to exfoliate my skin as well. So that's why I thought this would be the perfect time to just play around and have fun with these specific products. Now, I do want to add as well, if you did not catch earlier, with the walnut powder, you do need to be careful with this, especially if you are selling it. You want to make sure you're putting your proper disclaimers on the products because people do have nut allergies, and walnut powder is not going to be for everyone. So just make sure you do your proper testing. Make sure you put those warning labels on your website, on your products, so that they know. Be mindful, do a patch test, whatever you need to do before you use this product, so that they can make sure they're not going to have any reaction, because not everyone can use walnut powder. If you're not wanting to worry about the allergy aspect of it, there are other exfoliants that you can play around with as well. Just do your research and see what pairs good with the ingredients that are used, and just play around with it. I think sometimes people forget that this is something that you play around with. That's the purpose of testing things out beforehand. See what you like. Any one of my products that you've seen on my site, I've always tested it out before I actually used it. If you guys didn't know, I took 2 years to launch my business. And during those 2 years, most of it was me playing around with different formulas, testing it out, using it on myself. I even had my family and friends trying out my products during that time and documenting their feedback, writing things down if I wanted to change something or change a specific ingredient. It was a process, but I'm passionate about what I do. I don't want to just sell a product that looks good. I also want it to make my customer feel good. I want it to actually do what it says it's going to do, while also still having that luxury feel to it, because I consider my brand to be a luxury brand. So I took all of those things into consideration when I was creating my business, which is why I put a strong emphasis on trust the process, do not rush the process, take your time. Don't feel like you just have to throw something out there, and trust me, steady wins the race. It'll all pay off. It'll all work out in the long run. I've had so many opportunities come to me because of this. So I'm telling you guys, trust the process. Comparing to earlier, you've seen how over time the texture of the products and the ingredients have changed. As I told you earlier, I wanted it to have that pureed, fluffy look to it, and it's giving that at this point. Now, a tip that I want to also pass on, because I know a lot of people asked me about this in the past, when it comes to whipping butters, the temperature of the butter makes a difference as well. What I like to do, this is my personal preference, I stopped about 3 times with the process of whipping. This actually took me about 30 minutes. And each time that I stopped, I popped this bowl into the freezer for about 10 minutes. Took it out the freezer, used my spatula. As you can see, it has stuff on there because I was scraping it off the sides. And I would whip it again, pop it back in the freezer for some more time, pull it out, whip it again. I find that when it's colder, it's easier to whip. It doesn't take as long. So that's my method. That's what I've been using with, even with my Skin Ovations body butters and stuff. This is what works for me, and it works great. Now, when it comes to piping, I like to use my Glad Press and Seal. If you guys have watched my past videos, then you know I do the press and seal with a piping bag. I don't have any of those left right now. I would have to pick up some more. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get 2-gallon freezer bags, and I'm going to fill one up with the product, and then I'm gonna put this in the additional freezer bag and create my own type of piping setup, because I find that it's easier to fill containers this way when you're dealing with products like this. Now, if you're following the measurements that I use in this video and you're not just following the formula for a smaller batch, I was able to fill 4 4-ounce cosmetic jars with what I have on hand here. I had 3 of the same cosmetic jars that I was able to use, and then I had to improvise for the 4th one. So these I'm just gonna be giving to my family and friends. And the 4th one I will be keeping for myself. So I was okay with improvising, because with these, as you saw earlier, your girl did the labels and everything in the labels. Remember, if you guys wanna know how I did those, I have a previous video where I showed you how I create the labels on Canva. And if you can go back and watch that, I'll also link it down below for you guys as well. I'm gonna go through with some rubbing alcohol to wipe down my cosmetic jars. Since I do plan to label them, I find that my labels lay much better when the surface is cleansed with the alcohol prior to adhering the labels. So this is another tip that I can pass on to you guys as well. I love a good oil serum, so that's why I decided to pair this with the exfoliating scrub. My typical routine when it comes to exfoliating, I like to exfoliate first. I cleanse with whichever cleanser that I'm choosing to use, which in my case, I like to use my foaming African black soap that I sell on my site. And after I do that, I like to follow it up with a serum to just put that oil back into my skin. Now that's my skincare routine. Everyone else may be different. I also love to infuse my serums with herbs as well. So my choice for herbs were calendula and rose petals. If you guys don't know, calendula is really great for people who suffer from psoriasis, eczema, any of those dry skin conditions. So that's why I wanted to have that herbal effect from the calendula into the serum as well. I also really love hemp seed oil. Hemp seed also holds a lot of benefit for the skin. And just to go over some of the benefits, hemp seed oil is rich in omega-3 and omega-6 fatty acids. This can help with moisturizing and nourishing your skin. It also contains antioxidants, vitamins, and minerals that contribute to your skin health. It promotes a more balanced complexion. Going back to dry skin, the winter season, it helps to alleviate issues like dryness and inflammation. And additionally, hemp seed oil is a non-comedogenic, making it suitable for various skin types, including those that are prone to acne. So that sounds like a win to me. That's why I love using hemp seed oil. We are going in with our essential oils now. Again, I know some people are sensitive to essential oils, but I love to infuse essential oils in my products. If you want to omit the essential oils, or like me, for example, I have products that don't have any fragrance or essential oils at all, and then I have the ones with the essential oils. You can offer that as an option, especially if you're making these to sell as a product for your business. I am going to be using tea tree and lavender essential oil. I just love the both of those duos for the skin. You have the calming effect, the antibacterial effect from each oil, all of those different benefits from each oil paired together, especially that tea tree. Like, I love tea tree, especially on my face. Because me, like I said, I have sensitive skin, and I feel like tea tree is really good at just nipping things in the bud before it becomes anything at all. So that's why I love to incorporate that tea tree oil into my serum. Frankincense is always really good as well, but I just decided to go with lavender and tea tree. So now we are bottling it up. And as we're approaching the final product with the labels and everything, I was so happy to see how the labels and everything just came together. I was like, oh my gosh, I did my big one with these because they came out so nice. They just look really expensive. Now, I would have did more, but like I said, I'm just having fun with these labels. I just want I don't like to give someone a product that's not labeled. So I wanted them to really look nice, look like I put thought into it. That's why I love handmade stuff. Like, you actually really had to put your thought, your effort, everything into this. So yeah, so we're getting ready now. We're putting those labels on, and I did a more of like a forest green vibe with the labeling, which I'm glad that I did do that because I felt like it popped really well with the lighter green of the exfoliating scrub. And then it also looked really nice on the serum bottles as well. Introducing our Spa Night Skincare Duo. We have our exfoliating facial scrub. This is a luxurious treat for your skin, combining shea butter for a deep nourishment with a blend of walnut shell powder, the green French clay, and poppy seeds for a gentle exfoliation. It is also enhanced with the castor oil, the hemp seed oil, the jojoba oils, and a touch of the calming lavender essential oils. It offers a spa-like experience that reveals softer, smoother skin. You want to pair it with our facial serum. This is a natural elixir infused with argan oil and rosehip oil for a youthful glow. The hemp seed oil hydrates while tea tree oil clarifies your pores and lavender oil soothes, leaving your skin refreshed and healthier looking. This dynamic duo harnesses nature's best ingredients for a radiant complexion. Elevate your skincare routine and indulge in the rejuvenating power of these natural formulations for glowing, revitalized skin. Did you like what I did there? Sorry, I had to have fun. But listen, this is how y'all gotta sell y'all products. Like, you have to really give an experience. Make the customer feel like they're at a spa before they even purchase it. As you can see, we just finished exfoliating with our French clay and walnut scrub. And look how healthy my skin looks so far after just the exfoliating process. I also do want to add that with the exfoliating scrub, the French green clay does leave a bit of a stain. So I do recommend using my method of exfoliating first, then doing a step 2 with whatever cleanser of choice. Like I said, like to use my foaming African wash. And then you can follow it up with the serum to just put that moisture back into the skin, because you know with the African soap, for example, it can be drying sometimes if you're not using it right. So I like to put that moisture back in with the serum. If you've made it this far into the video, I want to thank you so much for being here with me today, tuning in and just taking your time out to watch me be productive and create these beautiful products. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comment section down below. Of course, everything that I use in today's video will be linked in the description. The formula, everything will be there. And I also will be adding the formula at the end of the video as well for you guys. Again, thank you so much for you all collectively subscribing to getting me to my 1K subscribers. I am so appreciative. Like, I don't think you guys understand. I want to incorporate you guys in what I should do with the 1K celebration for the giveaway. Let me know what you guys think I should do. Give me some suggestions. You guys know that I'm very good about interacting with you guys in the comment section. So just let me know what you want to see. But other than that, I'm wrapping up today's video. I will see you all in day 8 of cosmetics with me. Bye.